What's good with YouTube? You already know. Big Flocka with a convict's perspective. And I'm going to smash, dash, and slide on through that little bit of energy. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, and do all those things to help support this channel. And hit that bell notification for future fire content, man. And so, I've been chopping in and watching fucking Triple OG stuff lately, man. I always do, man, but sometimes I'll back up off it and, don't watch every one of them, right? And, you know, I put in a comment, right? I someone blocked me on his channel. I don't know if it was him. I doubt it was him, but maybe he did. Um, Triple OG, I've had like a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I got really, pissed at him over a couple things, man. But I will say this, man. When when me and that dude have talked, it's always been a very genuine, authentic conversation. You know what I'm saying? Even outside of YouTube, man. And I will say this: I think that he's had the hugest impact in the genre that we're in, as far as in the mutual subscribers that we all have, man. I mean, think about it. There's so many people that are so fucking worried when Triple OG comes for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they get paranoid, they get scared. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he goes hard. When he goes in, he's like a pit bull, like he says. He ain't gonna let go. And there's dudes to this day that will caters cater to him in a sense that they are fucking scared of him, which is not always a bad thing because it holds people accountable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there. He already knows I won't ride his nuts. I won't do none of that. But even when we've had a love-hate relationship, when we get on the phone, every time we've gotten on the phone, it's been a very cool, respectful conversation, man. And it's not just no fucking 10-minute fucking conversation. We'll talk for like 2-3 hours, man. And sometimes it's outside of YouTube. And I think that in doing so, he's gotten a different feel for who I am and how I represent myself from time to time, and vice versa. You know, there was only one time where I was really, well, two times I was really, really pissed at him, and one of those, we talked about it, and then he made sense of what he told me. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what, I got that. You're kind of right about that, man. I said, but all this stuff was going on at the same time. I said, you got to think how I'm feeling when this shit isn't true. It's going to give off that reaction, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think he got that. You know what I'm saying? And he's called me from time to time that he's going to get off YouTube, and he tells me to do a video. Then he fucking comes back. But I've been watching all this stuff, man. Someone put a comment. They said that they don't like him, that they're all scared of him. I think a lot of that's true. I think that people are in fear of him, or they want to use him, or they want to be on his good side. I think at times so people can think that they can use him for leverage to go against people. But the truth of it is, Triple OG is gonna do what Triple OG does. If you rub him wrong or say the wrong thing, he's gonna go in on you. You gotta like, and that's the thing though, man, is that nobody should be to a point to where they're walking on eggshells. If you're doing the right things, if you're saying the right things, and you're fucking living by what you represent, then there's no reason for him to even fucking go after you. So there's no reason for people just to change their tune with him, kiss ass, and all that. Just respect what he does. That's all you got to do to it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different theories about who he is. You know what I'm saying? Or who he's associated with, and I'm kind of fucking past all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna elaborate. It's kind of irrelevant. But it just seems to this day that people at this time will gravitate towards him, and they will tell him things just in hopes that it will get them a pass it from time to time. And that's the truth of it, man. People want to keep it cool with him because they're fearful. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be who I am, and he knows that. I will show respect. And like I've told him before, I like our conversations when we're not talking about the YouTube bullshit because, it's unfortunate that you guys don't get to see him as a person outside of character. You know what I'm saying? Or talk to him outside of character because he's actually all right. But he's smart. He's sharp. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is the way he navigates throughout YouTube. It's only a matter of time to where, his channel starts to get a little bit infiltration into the bigger channels and whatnot. You know, he's told me, I go, what's your ultimate goal in doing YouTube? He said basically to expose anybody who fucking isn't for fucking the gente or doing or anybody taking advantage of the gente. You know what I'm saying? And I go, I respect that. I told him, I go, but sometimes you got to also take a step back. That sometimes people need to do certain things to obtain that push. You know what I'm saying? See, when he sees people misrepresenting who they are, that's where he comes in and gets upset. Like me, I quit acknowledging my channel as a positive channel, but I have a positive agenda. Because the reason why I stopped doing that was because not every video is going to always be about positive stuff. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff I talk about, um, war stories and whatnot, and maybe at times looks like it's glorifying, but a lot of times it's to gain the viewers' interest to where they tap in the channel, and it allows me to drop them lugs. See, people don't always know what I'm doing because what you may see on the outer surface is not always what my intentions are. I would love to have a channel to where I could get the views and help people. That'd be great. That's a double win, but it's not always the case. Positive topics at times that are discussed don't always get the views, and from time to time, though, I do those. I do. I've done channels about fucking, my thought about why gang started. I've talked about why I got in the gang. I've talked about all that stuff about how to stop it, solutions, and so forth, man. And they're all in my profile. You know what I mean? I'm saying, but people get to the extent I've seen it, man. Like where they're in fear of them, man. And that's power. You know what I'm saying? That's power. When you come into YouTube and start like 7 channels because you keep on getting strikes and have people that fear you, this is a lot, man. That's to me is one of the hugest impacts on this YouTube world, man. Is it always positive or is it always negative? It's not always positive in that fashion, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it comes to the point to where people will go out of their way to try to portray certain images or make sure that they're in line. And that's the thing that people need to realize. Okay, if you respect, what you're doing and you're trying to do the right thing, you're not going to give people like Triple G or anybody room to attack. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you know. And as men, if you mess up, men or women, if you mess up on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I think pretty much everybody should have a forgiving conscience or a forgiving fucking heart as far as, okay, he can fix the situation, but keep it real, be raw. You know, but what I've seen in the last fucking, let me see, since around February, no, March of fucking 2022, fucking Triple G has had a lot huger impact. Like when he's gone, everybody's fucking happy. You don't have to worry about nothing. And the ironic thing about this, right, is let's keep it 100. The reason who's the one that welcomed YouTube and gave you, gave Triple G a chance to have interactions and be respectful. Who's the one that fucking started letting him tap in and make his comments? Who's the one that fucking got at him and kept it real and opened that door for conversations? I did. I'm the one that did that. Now I don't know if he was interacting with people previously, but all these other channels that now interact with him, they weren't interacting with him before. Everybody was against him. I was the one that said, you know what, man? Let's see what this Vato has to say because some of the stuff he's saying is true about other people. And see, I got associated with what other people were doing, so it made me look like I was kind of, in on a lot of stuff when actually, like, I was all about the positivity. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so that this is just a little thing about my views of OG Triple G. You know what I'm saying? We had that one episode where we think, you know what I'm saying, where we thought we thought we revealed them. You know what I'm saying? And as I said in that video, there's no proof, 100% proof. It's just that all factors pointed that way from a subscriber that he knows who mentioned certain affiliations with certain people. And a lot of things did line up. It's a good hypothesis. And like I told him, I'm not gonna say who or what, where, or if it is. You know what I mean? I never said it was 100% him. I said this sounds like him. Um, I still think maybe there could be some affiliations there, but I don't know. Because COG Triple G is so smart that he could have been laying that groundwork a long time ago for things that could be misdirected. He's sharp. And so basically, I've kind of personally, I wasn't really fucking, I wasn't interested in looking at him till fucking, there was some misunderstandings about a certain fucking shit that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I've actually got a couple people and I cleared the air on that, but you know, it's unfortunate that in YouTube, sometimes we all jump to conclusions before we even reach out. You know what I mean? And that's the important thing, man, is that having communications and having dialogue with other channels is important because therefore you don't get things misconstrued. It doesn't get misinterpreted. Doesn't get misrepresented. Misrepresented. It's like recently I've reached out on some issues with people before it became an issue because there's a lot of viewers and subscribers that just want to stir the pot. They want there to be issues. They want there to be fun. You know what I'm saying? So the only way to get around that, fuck addressing that shit in the video, get that person one on one and see what they got to say. You know, but yeah, I think Triple G's had a huger impact than everybody because you got people that will get in line with him because they're afraid of being attacked. They're afraid of being exposed. They're afraid of this and that. And I hope that Triple G respects this as me that regardless um, of whether I agree with him or on a subject or he agrees with me or not, I'm always going to be raw and real. I'm always going to be myself. And I've always kept those communication lines open if he wanted to talk. And so I was just peeping game out, man, because people switch up. You got to be the same way with a dude. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you have issues or not. You know what I'm saying? You can't all of a sudden have conflict and then start talking shit about them because nobody's gonna back anybody's play when it comes down to that, man. It's like few channels that will. So that's why I've always been the same way with him. I've never switched up. So if I'm pissed at him, I told him, yeah, I didn't like what you did. And he respects that. You know what I'm saying? And it works vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a quick video. My thoughts, my views, of Triple OG. You know, it's unfortunate though, because I think that, in what he does from time to time, I think it could be if applied a little bit different, I think it could have a huger impact overall in all the different channels. It has to be huger though. It has to be a little bit fine tuned a little bit more. That's just my personal opinion, man. Doesn't mean what he's doing wrong, but I think that there's other issues he could raise because he does have a sense of smarts about him. He's quick witted, and he catches things like I do as well. There's not a lot of stuff that gets by him. With that said, it's your boy Flacco, Conference Perspective. I'm out.